first before yourself, right? It is beautiful all in all, right? If you must do marriage, you have to die to self, just like the way Christ literally died for us, right? So yes, you have to be willing to set aside everything that is going to make you selfish, ugly. I don't mean ugly in the sense of your looks. I mean ugly in the sense of your heart. Ugly in the sense of how you deal with other people. Ugly in the sense of, you know what I mean. I don't need to explain that again. So before I even start rambling and going round and round, welcome to the show. Do we only talk about the good parts of marriage? No. We get to explore the tough parts. We get to explore the sides that people barely talk about. Most importantly, the whole aim is to ensure that you have a marriage that is working. Okay. Now, I must add that no two marriages are the same, as I would always say. So, the fact that somebody's own story or somebody's own pattern is very different from yours doesn't automatically mean that yours is faulty, right? If I like nsala soup and I'm eating nsala soup, and what you like is afang and you're eating afang soup, right? You can't look at my plate and say, that soup looks different and it smells nice too. Maybe I'm eating rubbish. No, it's not the same thing. What works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me, right? The reason I used soups to actually explain this is because even though I eat nsala, I might decide that let me try out that fang. It might be nice, right? In the sense that you can see something that worked for somebody else. There's no harm in trying. If it doesn't work for you, fine. If it works for you, beautiful. But then don't begin to, look down or look. They say, no, look at less. Don't look less of what you have just because somebody else has it different. Okay, we're all different. We're all unique. As our faces are different, our unions are different. There are principles that work for every marriage, right? But at the same time, you need to understand that your marriage is unique. Okay, so until you get it right, until you get a structure that works, it's okay to keep trying, right? The day you give up is the day it ends. Once you stop trying, it's all over. The moment you stop putting logs into your fire, firewood, the moment you stop putting firewood into the fire, whatever is there is going to burn, 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 and until it's done burning. And if nothing is put in to keep the fire, it goes out. It's the same thing with your marriage. The moment the both people decide that they're not putting in any work anymore and they're uninterested in making it work, that's exactly when everything goes off. Okay, so it's you continuously putting in effort. Some days are beautiful, some days you're going to need extra strength. Some other days are going to be very delightsome, and then some other days, just in the middle. But then, all in all, it's very important that you don't lose sight of why you're in the marriage, and you don't lose sight of the person that you're with in the marriage, because at the end of the day, it's about you and your partner, not even the children, right? Not even anybody external. It's just you and the person that you are doing life with, the person that you're chasing a purpose with. Okay, so that's why your spouse comes first before any other thing. All right, so welcome again to Tools One. I do hope that you're able to enjoy the show tonight and you are able to learn a thing or two from it. Okay. All right. Okay, so just so you know, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, so feel free to pop in and join the live show. Okay, yeah. So say hi, and of course, drop a heart. I'm sending you a heart already from here. So Here is my heart. Take it, take it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Today on the show, if you're already on the live on Facebook, you see that we're talking about building healthy boundaries today. Yep, building healthy boundaries. For married people, a lot of people think boundaries end with being single. You're allowed to, set boundaries when you're single. You're allowed to say, "Oh, this is the line. We don't cross this line. This is what we do. We just can't," and then they fail to do the same thing in marriage. And today, I carefully penned down some things that I'd like to share with you on setting boundaries and the kind of healthy boundaries that you can and must set in your marriage. All right, are you ready? Of course, the class is not one way. I do like engagement, so feel free to drop your comments on Facebook, on YouTube, on WhatsApp, the SMS line also, and of course I'm going to open up the phone lines for us to also get to rub minds together, and I get to hear your own suggestions and stuff. Okay, but first, let the class begin. All right, so before I even begin to talk about boundaries and the type of boundaries that we must set or we should set in marriage, I want to start with the foundation. All right, let's start with the foundation of everything. Now, what is the first foundation of your marriage, of your home? Is leave, cleave, and become one flesh. Leave, cleave, and become one flesh. I always use the Bible as a reference because, like I said, marriage is an institution that was founded by God. Okay? So Genesis 2:24 says, "For this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh." That's the foundation. So the marriage unit must be your primary human loyalty. And once you establish that, every other thing will flow. What did I say? You leave, you cleave, and you become one flesh. What is the first boundary? The first thing we're setting in place right here now, which is the foundation, is the fact that the moment I marry you, it is now me and you. We are now one flesh. And once you understand this, you have laid a very solid foundation. Now, every other thing will now follow. And they say if the foundation is faulty, what will happen? Of course, it's going to affect the righteous. So the foundation is the most important. If you're an engineer here, or you're a builder, or you're an architect, or you're in the building line, you should know that if anyone gets the foundation wrong, the building is as good as messed up already, because a lot of things will just, go wrong. You must get the foundation right. And once you get the foundation right, you can now continue. If you move halfway and some things are not going right, you can break here, scatter here, do this, do that. But imagine that you already finished the foundation and then you've gone to the decking, second decking, and then you realize that, foundation is faulty. Then what will you now see? Yeah, let us break the foundation again and start again. It's really not really logical. So the foundation should be that you understand that the first boundary is in the book of Genesis, which is the fact that it is man and wife becoming one person. Okay? Your loyalty must be to the person that you are married to. Now let's break it down into different parts. I wrote a lot, so I'm going to try to get it out, before the time it elapses. All right, so let's start from emotional and communication boundaries. Please, I hope we are writing. If you're not writing, please make a mental note because it is very important. Whether you're married or whether you are single, it's going to help you. Okay? Now, first, control your tongue. That's a sub boundary. The main boundary is emotional and communication boundaries. Now, under that, I said what? Control your tongue. You must learn to criticize the issue and never the character. Criticize the issue and never the character. A lot of people